BighornMountainExpress.com.
Fair Week is always busy in Buffalo, but what we had on Wednesday this week was Main Street was turned into an art gallery, as many of the community came down to create chalk paintings on the sidewalk. I talked to Lee Jones, a artist, professional chalk artist, who came and helped out with many people doing their art on the street.
I've been street painting for about 16 years, and I travel all over the country, and I help different cities and different organizations start up street painting events. And it's kind of a interactive art. A lot of times you don't get to watch an artist do their artwork in a studio, so this is a way for people to actually be watching art while it's being created. And this art form is actually 500 years old. And they started doing it in Italy in front of churches and cathedrals. And it's just, again, it's a historic art form, and it's been continued to be brought to cities in the United States and other places around the world. And it's just a neat event that any community can have. I did a workshop for all the street painters, which I usually do when I travel and start up these events. And what I tell them is the most important thing for them to do is to use the chalk sparingly. Because a lot of times when people will use chalk on the sidewalk, they'll just push too hard on the chalk and they'll end up having way too much chalk and they get very frustrated. So during the workshop I showed them how to actually put the chalk down very lightly, rub it in with either a chalkboard eraser or a foam brush, and then you build up your layers from there and you can get a lot of blending. The nice thing about chalking on the sidewalk or in the street is the porous material, or the surface that you're working with. It really allows you to build up a lot of layers and do a lot of really creative things on the sidewalk. But there's not a community I've been to that hasn't really enjoyed this, because it just brings people together. What it also does is brings people down to a city to get, of course, more business in that city area. So there's a lot of benefits to it.
There's certainly a lot of benefits to this street painting. Let's take a look at some of the street paintings here on Main Street.
Alright, I'm here with Adeline Zegstru, who's doing a chalk art of Tails from the Sonic game. How long have you been working on this?
About 3.5 hours.
Many of these pieces of chalk art at the Buffalo Chalk Art Walk took a very long time to complete. In fact, the entire chalk art walk lasted from 10 a.m. until 8 p.m., and many of the artists were there the entire time. It's really a testament to see all this intricate amount of detail in these chalk art pieces. But what's really incredible is that many of the local artists were only schooled in this chalk art for one day at workshops. Even more incredible is that the same type of chalk that these artists use is the same that you can get at Walmart or Pomida.
Unfortunately, because these paintings are made out of chalk, they will wash away. So make sure to come down to Main Street and see these paintings before they're all gone.
BighornMountainExpress.com